Or like scrolling or something, but apparently not. It doesn't work at least. So let's put that back somewhere. And then next. Oh, excellent. I skipped that.
Perfect. You'd better oil the engine before you switch the machine back on again.
There's oil. Okay. There you go.
That should do it. Time to crank it up.
Yes, crank it up. Start it.
You can examine objects in the inventory in more detail. Pick up the damaged figure and the toolbox. Then when you are in the inventory, right-click the toolbox in order to examine it.
Take the old toolbox. Yep. So let's examine it.
Great. You found a few items in the toolbox. You can use these items on each other by initially left-clicking the first object, and then, when you have this item on the cursor, you left-click the second object. Try to repair the figure in the inventory.
Like describing what you want to do, like in the way that they're doing, I don't think it's the easiest to follow because it just sounds so convoluted. But sure. Yeah, he's not gonna really say anything about it, but you know. So what do you want us to do here? We're supposed to repair the damaged figure with the other thing. So it's a damaged figure. So how about we... No, we... use a screwdriver. No. Use some tape.
Well done. Now place the figure back in its rightful place on the balcony of the castle and start the machine.
Place it back. That figure reminds me of something. I can't place where though.
Now ready. One last time. If you press the spacebar, all interesting objects in the scene will be displayed. Good luck with your adventures in the Book of Unwritten Tales 2.
I'm a master mechanic
worried
now.
About you.
Ooh, so pretty.
Oh, Mother.
What's wrong with you?
Everything's fine.
No, you don't look well at all. Positively rotund. It is unseemly for an elf princess to cope with her frustrations by comfort eating. If you carry on like this, you won't fit into your wedding dress.
I don't have any intentions of marrying anytime soon.
Oh, darling, we've been through that already. Prince Lalilos is going to be arriving next week. You will like him. He's charming and... Look, he sent us a picture of himself and his sister.
Which of the two is the sister?
The elf nobility, unfortunately, has not got any unshaven Neanderthals to offer. You'll just have to get used to that.
I don't have the slightest interest in that person. Not anymore.
You are at the heart of the Elf Kingdom, in the castle of your family where you belong. No one here should be sad, tired, or fat. I only want what's best for you, Ivo.
I'm sure she does, yeah. Yeah, they get so much facial animation now. It's really cool. Hi, Birdie. Have you actually seen that prince, la la la?
Have you seen this prince? A vain river elf who's only interested in topping up his tan. I'm to spend hundreds of years in the company of someone I don't love? Huh, not me. And how? She will try anything and everything. Nothing's more important to her than getting me married off. Ugh.
Yeah, I want freedom.
When I was out there with the humans, it was the first time that I had the feeling I could determine my own destiny. Yes, it was dangerous. Doesn't that go with the territory? A life without risk, that is so... Oh, you don't understand. If I could, I would go right now.
This is where Nate drops in.
You want to stop me? Just like last time. And you really think it's appropriate for me to be locked in here too, eh? Yes, only what's best for me. She always says that. I didn't want to tell Mother, but I've not been feeling too well lately, Cheap. I'd say the same thing, but we elves hardly ever get ill. Yeah, you've got a point there. I spent almost a year in the human world, and they have some very strange ideas about personal hygiene. Well, I thought perhaps it's a curse. Oh, no, you won't. I'll take care of it myself. Mother would make a state occasion out of it. I don't know either, but I'm sure there's a medical book down in the library. No, rest is not what I need just now. I'll go down to the library and look up what's wrong with me, completely alone, just like a grown-up elf.
Just like...
I'm not going to be stopped, neither by locked doors nor by you.
Cheap's gonna do something at the mirror? Oh, that's neat. She actually moved over? No, she's just moving around willy-nilly when I'm not doing anything. Okay.
I've been sleeping badly of late, and sometimes I feel tired all day long. I've never been ill, but something isn't right. I hope I'll find the answer in the library.
Yes, got it.
When Nate and the others lived here, Nate often made intimations that were to do with the bed. I don't know why, but I know Mother wasn't happy about it. She moved him to a guarded guest room at the other end of the castle. And Cheap was ordered never to leave my side.
Okay. Knitted hat.
I had my
Wilbur's.
birthday during the few weeks that we spent living together here in the Elf Burrow. That was a big deal for Wilbur. He couldn't understand that the significance of birthdays tends to fade after a few hundred years. He insisted on making me a present. He sat in the corner for days knitting me this hat with his little gnarled fingers.
Oh, that's quite sweet.
Wilbur didn't know that autumn would last for years to come and that elves don't feel the cold, but it was still the best birthday present I've ever had. Mother looked at the hat with so much revulsion that I didn't take it off for days. Wilbur just beamed with pride.
It's nice that they have little stories like that. Jewelry box.
My jewellery box serves as a podium for the vertically challenged narcissist.
Can we just open it?
Could you please move aside?
It's like, no.
I want to get into my jewellery box.
It's a no.
He doesn't listen to me anymore since I almost caused him to be roasted by fireballs, decapitated by swords and eaten by monsters. Mother has permitted him to disregard any of my orders that go against her wishes. His interpretation of this can be liberal.
So what's this little, I guess it's saving icon?
Cheap likes to look at his reflection. He strikes a pose and then tries to impress himself with it, and succeeds most of the time.
Take the mirror?
Hey, Cheep Cheep, I need the mirror. I only need it for a minute.
Ah,
Oh, he's not budging, and his pecs can be damn painful when he puts his mind to it.
okay. So what I think is we probably have to replace the painting. So that is showing and it'll be something he doesn't like, so he'll shoo off.
Cheep Cheep survived our past adventure, even if he'll insist on exactly the opposite. He told everyone for months how he defended me from all the evils of the world and then only just escaped with his tail feathers intact. Hey, Cheep.
Doesn't want to talk.
Most birds love a mirror because they believe they can see another bird in it. You just love them because you can't get enough of yourself. I would be a bit less unbearable if I wasn't incarcerated in here. See you later. Yes, of course I'll be a good girl and stay in my room.
Okay. So we've got that. Let's look at the painting.
The times when the others were here in the Elf Burrow, those were the best that I've ever had. The critter could never keep still when I was drawing him. He was always pulling faces and trying to make me laugh. Wilbur was so excited. He loves elves and our stories. He spent hours sitting with my father and listening to him talk about bygone ages. Complete idiot.
Little camera zooming effects. Feels like are they like showing off their new tech now or something?
Fresh water from the spring brook, the little stream that rises here in the castle and provides for the whole valley. People come from far and wide to drink it.
But honestly, I'm just like even adding like a little camera zoom like they did just there looking at the painting, like it adds a lot to like the telling of, you know, the story or, you know, whatever they want to convey with that item or, you know, whatever it is going to be.
No, I'm not thirsty. Fresh water from the spring brook, the little stream. People come from far.
Okay, so that's still...
Normally this bowl is full of fruit and nuts. Presumably Mother has decided I should be without such things whilst I am, as she says, positively rotund. Normally this bowl is presumably...
So these things just remain.
A beautiful red flower. It was only put here a few days ago. Sometimes Mother orders a new plant that looks nice in my room. And then it's replaced and planted in the garden. A delicate, sweet scent. It reminds me of a wood over in the west where I learnt to use a bow and arrow.
Musical box?
An envoy from the Far East gave me this musical box years ago. Wherever I go, I always have its tune in my head.
Well, how about we listen? Okay.
A guard with a spear and shield, and like all elven figures, immaculate. Elven craftsmen have centuries to perfect their artistic skills. Only when everything is always perfect, then isn't everything always the same and somehow unimportant? The guard with a spear and...
Okay, so those are looking. So I guess we go outside then. I am also going to just be climb down into the garden, okay. Using the space bar to look at items everywhere.
I used to look into the woods for days on end, imagining what the world beyond would be like. Now I know, and I think I miss it.
Because it saves so much time, you know?